We welcome you for the online Vishwa Nritya Gana Bhushana Festival happening since August 10th, organized and hosted by Bhushan's Academy of Performing Arts and Visual Business. ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ವಿಶ್ವ ನೃತ್ಯ ಗಾನ ಭೂಷಣ ಉತ್ಸವಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಭೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ, ಭೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶಕ ಕಲೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ದೃಶ್ಯ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಿ ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. You have been witnessing several interactions, performances through this streamlined source. Today, we have a wonderful artist couple who head Sai Arts International at Bangalore, Shri Sai Venkatesh and Dr. Shrimati Suparna. Most of you would, I'm sure, have come across their festivals, their productions, either used Sai Venkatesh's lighting guidance as a designer or Suparnaji as your guest or as a performer. Today, let us talk to them, know more about them, know more about their artistic journey so far. Let us welcome Sai Venkatesh ji and Suparna ji for the show, for today's interact session that will be happening live. Namaskara Sai Aure, Namaskara Suparna Aure.
Namaskara.
Sai ji, thanks a lot. It's a pleasure to have you at our online interactive interaction that will be happening now. And I welcome you for this presentation. I hope you're equally excited as I am.
Yeah, sure.
We always know you as the wonderful technical help or the lighting designer, or you have streamlined across so many arenas in the dance and stage fraternity. How did you start your Saiji? How did getting into dance?
Me getting into dance, it all started in the school level. Now, whenever we have some programs in the school, I used to be an active participant. I used to take up all the responsibility of technical things, arranging the stage, light, sound, and taking parts in the drama, especially. Initially, it was dramas in the school level, and little bit of group dances, what they do, and all that. I used to be there in every bit of it, like guest appearance in almost all the performances. So that was one of the great influence that led me to get into dance. And in high school, I started learning dance very seriously. There was a
and when did you start learning dance?
There was a teacher very close to my school called Vijayashri, Guru Vijayashri. She is the sister of film actor Shailesh Sri.
Okay.
And she was called as Tanjore sisters, I think.
Okay.
Sorry, Chidambaram sisters. And very, very good teacher, very good teacher. And I started very seriously under her, learning the pure classical forms. When I was in high school, all the details of it, and then and she used to put us on the stage in a very professional way in our annual anniversaries and other functions and any temple functions, and whichever festivals she comes across. There also I used to dance and then also take up the technical aspect and do a lot of technical support to her. That was how I started initially into the classical dance.
Suparna ji, how did you start your journey? I'm sure through Bharatanatyam, but how did you start your journey? At what age did you start learning? And at what age did you think you wanted to be a dancer?
I'm basically from Mangalore, and we had U.S. Krishna, Mangalore U.S. Krishna, who was staying very close to our house. My sister was admitted to the dance school, and I was just 3.5. She was 5. And I was going along with her. And I went there for a few years, and it was more like playing around with Master Ji or with his daughters like Nirmalakka, Sandhyakka, Shailakka, and Arun. If you have heard of Arun Karavidaru, Arunana was there. So it was more of playing around with them and learning dance also side by side. But in 77, Jayalakshmi Alva and Ramakrishna Alva, they shifted their base from Bombay. They had a dance school called Chitrambalam in Bombay. And they shifted their base to Mangalore because Ramakrishna Alva, his hometown was Mangalore. He wanted to start dance in Mangalore. And my mother had read about them. My mother was also a dancer. She was learning dance in her childhood. In those days when the girls matured, they used to stop them from learning all these things. So it was not possible for my mother to continue. A dance teacher from Kerala used to come and teach my mother in Mangalore. So she had very good knowledge of dance and she was learning music also. And she read about Guru Jayalakshmi Alva and Ramakrishna Alva. She went searching for them. They were staying in the area called as Vijay in Mangalore. And that's how my sister and I started learning from them, the traditional Bharatanatyam. And that's how we were introduced to dance. And in 1981, I think so, in Mangalore, we were the third people to do the Arangetram. In fact, when in our Arangetram, when the Nataraja idol was kept on the stage, people criticized my parents saying that your daughters are learning dance from a Tamil guru and the Tamil god has been kept on the stage. Nataraja was considered as a Tamil god because all over South Canara you have a Shiva in the form of Linga or a face is kept in front of the Linga. And Nataraja was considered as a Tamil god. So in 81, we both of us did our Arangetram together and as the years went by, dance became a part of my life. I became serious about dancing.
Now that you've spoken about your initial journey, how did you both meet? I'm sure dance is one of the prominent mediums to meet. But how did you people meet? When did you people meet?
We met in 1989 when I came to Bangalore. I joined the Natya Institute of Kathak and Choreography, Dr. Maya Rao Urdu Institution. That's where we met. I came there as a student. He already finished his diploma in choreography, and he was working as a manager and helping Didi in all managing the programs and managing the institute. So that's where I met Sai Venkatesh.
Was it love at first sight?
No, not love.
No love.
I was totally dedicated. I came there with a vision to learn something. I was so desperate to continue my journey in dance. So love was not in my it was not an idea. In fact, my father had taken a promise from me saying that whenever you get a good proposal, you should quit all these things and get married. So, but I knew that I had to learn something. Otherwise, they would have got me married and sent me off to some country.
So who proposed whom first? Who initiated the first saying that you wanted to marry? I'm sure it is definitely not arranged, which you probably got it arranged later. But then he okay.
He proposed. He was after me.
Was it instant? Focused on dance. Was it instantaneously yes, or was it like calculative yes?
It was a surprise to my close friends in Natya also. We were a very small group of students. It was not a big college or anything. We were hardly 10 of us. First year, second year, third year. Hardly 10 of us. And it was a surprise to each and everyone, including Maya Didi and Chitra Didi. It was dance that brought us together. My idea to stay in dance. If I had got married to someone that my parents had suggested, I don't think I would have continued my journey in dance. it was very difficult to convince my parents because they had a different idea about my life. And they wanted me to continue dance. It was not that they didn't like dancing. It was they who put me into dancing. It's they who spent on my Arangetram. They who brought me to Bangalore, enrolled me to Dr. Maya Rao's institution, everything. But ultimately it was, they said you should get married someday. And you can take dance as a profession if he agrees. But family life is first and then dance comes second. But being married to Sai, it is like dance is a priority here. And in more than one or two occasions, Maya Didi was so encouraging. She said, I will come searching for you. If you quit and get married and you go to some other place, I will come searching for you and I will bring you back. You should not quit. You should finish your 3 years choreography course. You're going to be a very good choreographer. You're a very good choreographer. Every time from my first year, even the smallest one scene ballet, from that day, she's been saying, you're a very good choreographer. You got great ideas. She was saying that. So I had made up my mind, this should be my life. I should never quit this dance field.
Now that is fine. How did you think of having Sai Arts International? When did that come into existence and why Sai Arts International? Is it because
it was
Sai Baba or is it because Sai Venkatesh is around, so Sai?
Sai Venkatesh is there because of Sai Baba. Okay. And Sai Venkatesh was also named by Sai Baba. Baba had named him. And he suddenly came up with the thought and he said, we had initially named our dance school as Nritya Dhama. Nritya Dhama was the initial name that we had selected. And then when we got our institution registered, he suddenly came up and he said, I'm going to make it Sai Arts International, because Sai Arts International has every first letter again is S-A-I. I said, wow, Sai, it sounds very funny, Sai Arts International. Why is this word international? Because everybody has Dama, Binay, they have something to do with dance. So many names connected to dance. So what is this international? We used to get many calls asking if we do paintings, board paintings, not the painting. But the signboards painting. Then he said, one day we'll go international. Let us dream big. I said, Sai, going international is so far away. I don't think we are going to sit on an aircraft any time in our life. So he said, no, you should always dream beyond. One day we are going to do this, and our students are also going to go beyond. They're going to be internationally acclaimed. So that was how he thought of it, and he got the board written. One big board came and landed in front of my dance class. In the beginning, I used to feel very embarrassed to say Sai Arts International, but as our days
went on, lived up to its name. It's international. That's right.
Yeah. Now I see, yes, we should always dream high.
Big, yes.
We should have an ambition. We should have a goal, and we should never have that inferiority complex. Is it possible? Will we be able to achieve? So Sai was always positive, and we always thought very high about ourselves.
That a similar experience here when I named our academy as Visual Presentation. Anjana was like, why visual presentation? Just have like anybody, like Arts Academy or Performing Arts Center, or dance school or Nritya, whatever. Actually, in fact, 5 years of our initial days, we didn't have a name to our dance class. It's people in our dance class. So it's like Bhushan's Academy, and people started, even in Google, it said Bhushan's Academy without our board or anything in the initial years. 2005, but unofficially it started in 2002. So first 4 years, we never had a name. We didn't know what to do. I said Abhinaya, whatever, normally you have the typical dance class names. But sure of one, I didn't want 2 different names. Like the teacher is different, the dance school is different. That it is difficult to comprehend by people what our dance school is called as. So I said it is easy if we have a name, and once we had, that is how it is. So I agree with Saiji when he says think big, because that will make you reach heights. Now that was fine. You got married to a dancer. He was supportive to you. Now next comes being the mother. How difficult was it to be the mother and balance your career? One, because both of you are into art field. If one of them is not, probably you can have a support or something. But when both of you are there as artists, you know how artist life is, like you have to rush out, rush in. There is no time. Our house never looks like a house. It is always filled with artists. And we are always, performing, talking about music. We're constantly doing promotions, talking to organizers, and you will have your baby on the lap, and maybe you're doing chapatis. I've seen dances, in different roles. How difficult was it in the initial years when you had a baby?
In the initial years, from the day when my mother has been there with me, and even when she was started going to school, it was only the morning breakfast that I had to take care of her. She used to go back to my mother's house, which was very close to our house. And if a program comes up, or if I have to travel somewhere, the first time when I went to the US, she was still in kindergarten. And all that my mother said was, look after your work. You see what you have to do. I will take care of the child. And A to Z of her needs were taken care of by my father, my mother. She was very lucky to have my grandmother also with us. And she used to be, the moment she comes from school, my father used to take her to the bathroom, clean her, change her clothes. And my grandmother used to prepare she used to cook everything. And she used to put everything in the plate. And my grandmother used to feed her, telling all old stories. And she used to have 3 people to care her. And she used to call me by name. She used to call my mother Amma. She used to say that she is her mother. And even in the school, she used to say that she has 2 mothers. She
That's
never
wonderful.
called her grandmother or anything. She used to consider her as
It
her
is
mother.
like dancers have a very busy schedule. So when your daughter said she wanted to take up dance, was it a conscious effort? Was it like, or normally like any other household, she gets exposed to dance and she goes on dancing?
She never wanted to come to my dance class. She always said, you do not know anything. So I wanted to put that seed into her mind. So I went to my very good friend, Nandini K. Mehta. She was staying in Malleshwaram. She's still staying in Malleshwaram. I went to her and I said, Nandini, please, you should bring that interest in her. That, that should be, the base should be very firm. She should feel that she should learn more and more. And Nandini very happily accepted her. And there also she was pampered by her father, her mother, Nandini, because Nandini is a very good friend of hers from so many years. Her family also welcomed Shweta. And she used to enjoy going to Malleshwaram. She used to enjoy it because Nandini was so friendly and lovingly she was teaching her. And every trip of going to Malleshwaram, coming back used to be by my father. My father used to drive her on his scooter up and down. And on her way back after the class, every day she used to get popcorn. I won't teach properly, you're not like Nandini auntie, because I was more strict, extra strict with her. And then one day we had a big conflict in the class. She started giving me back answers, overpowering me. There was a tennis racket next to me and I just picked it up and did one swish on her, slapped her. Then she was very offended because I was extremely strict with her. So she went to my mother and she started crying. And she said, this Amma of mine always, she finds faults with me. She's always shouting only at me. So my mother asked her to stay back for some time, and then she said, if you're really interested in dance, if you want to continue, we should consider her as your teacher or as your guru, not as your mother. When she corrects you, you should correct yourself. It is not that she hates you. If you want to continue your dance, go back, do namaskaram to her, fall at her feet, and like any other student, say sorry to her, and she will definitely say continue, ask you to continue. So immediately the moment my mother said, she never thought again. She didn't have a second thought. She just came downstairs, came to the class, she fell at my feet, and she said, sorry, Amma, never in the future I'm going to give you back answers or.
How old was she when this happened? How old was she?
She was in 8th standard.
Okay.
Well, been traveling to so many countries and so many theaters and so many technical qualities in different theaters and different technicians, different temperaments of the technicians. We have to come to one professional conclusion or thought process, like we have to be strong on ourselves and we have to be very focused. So this is the main aspect of a technical director or an artist also who's been performing. Usually what happens is the artists lose their temper. They become very conscious about technical things. The initial problem is artists do not have collaboration with the technicians. They don't come early to the theater. They don't interact with the stage and light technicians. So what they want, they don't know. And once they're on the stage, or just before the show, some few minutes before the show, they will say, I want spotlight here and backlight here, I want that there. It's not magic. It doesn't happen like that. Usually the theaters are hired 3 to 4 hours before the show.
Yes.
So this is where I tell all the artists, even today, when my festival is on, I send a note, please come 1 hour or 2 hours before.
That's right.
Check your sound, check your light,
Yes.
and check the theater measurements and how your entries, exits. But nobody does. Nobody does that.
I know, I have seen that, because that discipline, even when we are sending it to the organizers, my performer always says, auditorium should be available to us at least 4 hours before, so that we need to do the tech rehearsal.
Yeah.
It is audible, whether the lights are on, whether the spots are in the equidistant or the front, up front, how we want, we can adjust. Now, even abroad, when we perform, and I'm sure you would have seen many auditoriums where the green rooms will have the facility of knowing what is happening on the stage. You will have individual mic systems to the rooms where they announce the artist will go on stage in few minutes or few seconds. That will also, there'll be a person coming to tap and tell you that when you're on stage, and you can see what is happening on the stage right behind from the auditorium's green room number 7, 8. You will have so many green rooms. Even in your sitting in your green room, you can see those technicalities are not there in India, but still we try to match up to the best of the possible things that are technical skills available here. Hats off to people like you who would have been pulling this well for so many years. This was the technical part. Was it a conscious effort to not to perform and stick more into technicalities by your side, Saiji, or was it like you just fell into it automatically?
No, I was not very particular to be on stage. I was not, that was not my motive on to be on stage. Like I always wanted to be, but I wanted to learn more of the technical qualities of how a show is presented. So how, especially I was connected into the dance drama and classical dancers and all this, So I worked with a lot of great artists, from Dr. Sonal Mansingh and so many great gurus, toured all over the world, from Bangalore to Broadway theaters. worked in Broadway theaters. It gives you, so much of satisfaction of putting up the show. Anybody can come and dance. Anybody can come and dance. But, putting up the
Dance
great
with
show.
class. Yeah.
very
Putting it, staying in doing things with class matters the most.
Yeah, putting up the great show, the technical aspect is the main thing which matters. When you come there, if you have a bad sound, if you have a bad lighting, if you have a bad stage, you cannot dance.
Yes.
So, technical directors are the masters who make your show.
Yes.
They are the presenters. Because,
Yes,
there's a
definitely.
very beautiful dancer dancing and there is absolutely no light.
No light.
People are not able to see. When
Or
she's
more
doing
light or
fantastic-
less light. Even both of them are bad.
Yeah, and she's doing fantastic abhinaya, and this man is putting some smoke light or giving some strobe light or giving all that effects and things, and she's sitting and doing abhinaya. These are the things we have to learn, and this was my subject. I wanted to go very deep into it, and when a dancer is doing what she is presenting, what has to be stressed, and what has to be highlighted, and what does the story demand, and all this, it comes under the choreography aspect. So a dancer has to work with the technical director as she works with the music director. So even we need a lot of avartas, musical bits or fillers to do our scene change. Because magically we can't just change the scene
Change it,
from
yes.
one aspect to one to other.
That's right.
So we also need a little bit of that time gap. So in that fraction of time gaps, we change the whole sequence. From it is an outdoor sequence or an indoor sequence, or it is a magical sequence of a garden or a palace. All that can be made in fraction of seconds, but we need that gap. So usually the dancers don't think of these technical gaps. So there we have technical problems. But the choreographer or a classical dancer or who's going to present few things, she has to sit with the music director and the technical director.
Technical director.
Only then, they will know what's going on. Both will know what scenes are going on, how length is the scenes of this, and what can be done, what effects musically he can give, and technically what effects I can give. So these things are collaborative movement. So the dance director should involve whoever she is planning to travel or she wants to work with. A technical director should be there, and of course, music directors do a very great job. And this technical director will go on tour with her till the end. She finishes the show. The whole thing, the show depends on
the
the
technical
technical
aspects,
people
yes.
who carry the show. It is very, very difficult. As you said, sometimes the generators don't work, sometimes the lights don't work, sometimes the sounds don't work as we want, sometimes the monitors don't work. When we switch on some light, the lights doesn't come.
The power might not
all
take
this
so much power, it might not take that load. Some auditoriums may
Yeah.
take the load of the lights that we would have procured. So many.
Matter of mathematics, chemistry, physics, and all that we have to go through.
Do you bring home work? Do you discuss it on the dining table when you three are there or when you two are there about your production, your lighting, or you know, or it's like no, work is outside. We are at home. We are to ourselves.
No. We
You have fights?
We plan everything.
You have arguments.
Yeah, we plan the backdrops. We fight. In fact, not argue. We fight. My daughter gives suggestions, and Suparna gives suggestions. And sometimes we don't, come into one line, and we actually fight to get, how choreographically the entries has to be done. And there are typical theaters where you don't have side wings. You can't exit. You
Or
can't.
rather, only one exit and you have to enter from front and come back from
Yeah,
front.
You would have planned something, and then when you go there, you don't get what you want.
yeah.
What you want.
You know,
You would have planned left and right. There is either only left or only right. Or not, nothing.
Only right.
Some stages have the front.
Yeah. So we do a lot of things on the site also. When we are not prepared, and theaters has got its own limitations. So we try to do a lot of technical things on the stage. Side wings has to come, backdrops has to come, and monitors has to come, and green rooms has to have a proper entry exit, and a lighting system for them, and proper spotlights where they have to come, because everything sometimes overlaps. And even the length and width of the stage also matters. If it is a group performance, how close they are, what like, even the choreographic matters, last moment changes are there in choreography. I mean, the dance director does all that. So
This is all the technical aspect. How did you think of, you see, there are so many dancers in the fraternity. Not everybody will think of organizing festivals and being the organizer, because it's a very difficult job. And that too, not just organizing it once, organizing it on every month and reaching a goal of 100, it costs 100 or 1,000, I think. 100, yeah, 100. I don't know how magnanimous, or I don't have adjectives to describe that, because it's a commitment from an artist to do it every month. And that too, you might get artists might back up at the last minute. You might not have your students to stand back and do it, or the artist might come with not properly technically sound properly, the music doesn't work, or it might be raining and it's publicized, and so many issues connected with when you're organizing. How did you think of taking that plunge?
It was a
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಇದನ್ನ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಕೋತಾರೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ನರ್ತಕ ಅಥವಾ ನರ್ತಕಿ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬಹುದು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಥಾವತ್ತಾಗಿ ವರ್ಷಾನುಗಟ್ಲೆ ನಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು 1ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ಈಗ ನಮ್ದು ಹೇಗೆ ಈಗ ವಿಶ್ವ ನೃತ್ಯ ಗಾನಭೂಷಣ ನಾನು ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ 10ರಿಂದ ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ 10ವರೆಗೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಇದು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಲೈವ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಲೈವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಬರುವಂತ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಲೈನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬವಾಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಸುಲಲಿತವಾಗಿ ಅದು ಪ್ರಸಾರವಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತು ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಹೇಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಮಿಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಇದು ಬಹುಶಃ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಗಿದೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ದಂಪತಿಗಳು ತಮ್ಮ ಸಾಯಿ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಇಂದ ಸುಮಾರು 10 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಸತತವಾಗಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ವೇದಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೊಂದೇ ಅಲ್ದಿರ ಅದನ್ನ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದ್ 2-3 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಅವರ ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ತೊಂದರೆಗಳಿಂದ ಅದು ಕಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವರು ಅದನ್ನ ಸತತವಾಗಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ನಡೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಒಂದು ಕಥೆನ ಅವರಿಂದಾನೇ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಕಥೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೇಷನ್, ಫೈಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸರ್ವೈವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಿಟೆಸ್ಟ್. You have to have a motive, and you have to be a service motive. It's not like myself, my organization, my daughter, my wife, my thing. It should be ours. When we all, I was working with so many great dancers, dance gurus, dance institutions all over the world. Last year, I was in Switzerland with some great guru. It's like that when everything you work, it's like that. Our society, I always felt the dancers are our family. It's a big family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It's a union of so many, forms, classical forms. I was feeling so happy to promote them. My main intention was to promote a lot of dancers. My dream was that I should do something for the dancers. It's not just for me and my organization. It's our dancers from all over the world. So I never announced anywhere, you see, dancers, please apply for my festival. Till today, I never announced. I have more than 900 waiting lists now. So, the quantum of our vision has touched everybody. What we feel in our heart, it touched everybody. And they are coming forward to be with us. And our job is a very small job. Of course, it's a lot of strenuous job, as you said. There is no sponsors. The financial problems are there. and you don't get theaters, and all this is there. But I never stopped my Sai Nrutyotsav, which happens on 1st of every month till today, except the corona, which has taken us to made us to stop. We did Sai Nrutyotsav 130 on 1st of March, and I never stopped.
And how many artists have taken part so far? Have you kept track of that?
I know thousands of artists, like solos, duet, group.
Yeah, if you see, I'm sure it has crossed 1,000. I told you. Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But then thousands of artists have performed.
of artists, because they have come from all over the world, not just India. They have come from all over the world. This was the one thing which I appreciated: the love for art, what they have. When I met artists some years back, dancers, they were only bothered to perform. They were telling we are not getting platforms. See, every dancer who holds a doctorate or master degree or bachelor degree or a diploma, who's from Kalamandalam or Kalakshetram, everywhere, she's got the stuff, everything with her, but she doesn't know where to put it. She doesn't know to exhibit. She has no platforms. That was bothering
At
me
this
for a
junction,
long
I
time.
have to break in. When we got married and the first probably the world dance day ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ನಂಗೆ ಸಾಯಿ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಇಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಂಜನಾ ಅದಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ವಿ ಥಾಟ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಡೂ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ವಿಶ್ವ ನೃತ್ಯ ಭೂಷಣ ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್ 29 ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು ಬರೀ 3 ಫೆಸ್ಟಿವಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದು ನೃತ್ಯ ಭೂಷಣ ಭೂಷಣ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ವರ್ಷ ಅದ್ರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದಾನೆ ಆ ವರ್ಷನೇ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ 29 ನಾವು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮೇ 3ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು 4 ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಸೆಡ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಡೂ ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಇದೊಂದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಎಚ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅವೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಡಾನ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಇನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ವಿ ಗಾಟ್ ಟು ನೋ ದಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅದರಿಂದಾನೇ ನಾವು ವಿಶ್ವ ನೃತ್ಯ ಭೂಷಣ ಅಂತ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಯ್ತು ಅದು ಇದುವರೆಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಈ ಇಯರ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಒಂದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೂ ಸತತವಾಗಿ ಬಹುಶಃ 11 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ 2000 ಅವಾಗಿಂದ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಸೊ ಯು ಬೀನ್ ಅನ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸೆವೆರಲ್ ಡಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಫೆಸ್ಟಿವಲ್ ನಾವು ಡಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇದ್ದು ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು ಡಾನ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ with little remuneration or the hospitality, everything. That itself is like ನಮಗೆ ಬರೀ ಲೈಮ್ ಲೈಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡೇ ಗೊತ್ತೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತಟ್ಟಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಷ್ಟೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಲಾವಿದರಿಗೂ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಅಪ್ರಿಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಷ್ಟೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ we will take brickbats, we will take people talking ill about it, good about it, ಇದೆಲ್ಲದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿರಲ್ಲ. Hats off to you. It is a wonderful job and it is a thankless job, which I'm sure everyone watching this will agree with me.
We never expect anybody to
100 ಇದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓ ಮೈ ಗಾಡ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೇನೋ, ಬಟ್ ಅದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾರ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಕಲ್ ಜಾನರ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಸೋಲೋ ಡ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಈ ಗುರುದು so many things come into it. And you would have and other posters ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಆ posters ನ reach ಮಾಡಿಸಬೇಕು all these things. Lot of job. It's a lot of job. promo ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ರಿಲೀಸಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಜನ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಜನ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಜನರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಂಗಲ್ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಏರ್ಸ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ದಟ್ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಬೇಡವಾ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶೂರ್ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಯು ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ at home it will be like commotion. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೈಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೀಪ ಇಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ನಟರಾಜನ್ ಇಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ ಈಗ ಯಾರು ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ ಹಾಕೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪುಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ದಟ್. ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಬೇಡ, ಮಾಡೋರ್ಗೂ ಬೇಡ, ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋರ್ಗೂ ಬೇಡ. ಹೇಳಿ.
ಅದು ನೃತ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿತ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ನೌ.
ನಿತ್ಯೋತ್ಸವನೇ ಅದು.
ತೆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಾಯಿ ನಿತ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರಿಟ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಿತ್ತು.
No, I started the Sai Nrutyotsav 1st of every month. Then we had World Dance Day. Then we do National Dance Festival. Then Nritya Kala Parishad, I do 3 major festivals into 3 days. Then Federation of Karnataka Class.
Yeah, you're a part of
Here
that
also
also.
yeah, and
And
India
sarees.
International Dance Festival with Shamhari Bhaiya. We are doing it all over India. I'm a chairperson of that, and it has been done all over India in different cities. And that's also a very, very major aspects of our presentation. And it's like that. I'm tempting and prompting all my friends to do this monthly program or once in 3 months. So a lot of people in Bangalore, I mean, the artist dancers have started. You
So
have
it
to
may be a
encourage.
small venue, but
It may be small venue.
students get a
Yeah, because
place,
everybody,
platform to
I
perform.
have so many of my artists on the waiting list. I want everybody to get chances. So I've been tempting, like you got influenced. So I am influencing so many in Mysore and different parts of our country. And
Cool.
my friend Vikram Gaur has also started in Andhra Pradesh, Visakhapatnam. And my friend Jagbandhu Jaina has started in Orissa, and Kashmira Trivedi in Maharashtra, and Anupama Bhushan in Kerala, and Vani Madhav in New Delhi, and and Som Shekhar in our Bangalore, and Kolar one team is doing, and Nair sir is doing. So many are doing now. We want to promote lot of artists who are interested to perform. That is our main motive. Maybe we have so many constraints about their travel, boarding, lodging, but we try to accommodate to an extent and be very cordial to them. And some of the artists, I'm very so proud. Even the very, very professional dance gurus, they didn't even take 1 rupee from me. This was a great encouragement for our organization, because they didn't even ask the travel, they didn't ask for boarding, lodging, nothing. They just asked for the platform. So when great artists and great professionals want to perform, it's a blessing. That's what my guru, Dr. Maya Rao, has given me, and she is the strength for us. She was the one who inaugurated this festival. Maya Didi was the one who just pushed us, giving us the positive, the positive energy came to us from her. She is the one who took us around the world, and she was the one who made us see what's going on. Right from Delhi, when I was doing my choreography in Delhi, I stayed for 3 years in Delhi. Every evening, we were supposed to go and attend the shows in Mandi House. And every show, we were supposed to next day tell Maya Didi what we saw. So that was there I met all the great stars, great artists. So that was how I got influenced, and sorry, that made me to take up to promote our art and culture, promote our artists mainly. If we don't promote our artists, our art will stagnate. It will not grow.
So far, you have choreographed so many productions. What we get to see is your unusual hairdo, or probably elaborate hairdo, which takes a lot of time for even, it could be a small production or big. The costumes are taken care. You bother about how you look. The backdrops, I'd seen once with leaves. The backdrop completely made out of cactus leaf. I remember that. So what was it? Was there any, I'm sure you will have faced challenges. What is that one challenge you would remember when you were choreographing, or when you thought of a concept, or somebody gave you a concept to do a dance on that? Was there any challenging part to it?
Yeah, we did in 6 months we did 6 productions, and it was about plants and their herbal values. It was in collaboration with Mysore Nagraj, and he used to come up with all these. Themes. It was called as Dhanvantari, and the music was provided, the costumes were thought of, and all my artists, my students were involved in it. And every time an artist was given an opportunity to choreograph. So it was a collaboration work of Mysore Nagraj and myself, where we trained them to think about the costume, to think about the background. And Nagraj gave a lot of thoughts about this background. And my own student Nishant, Arvind, and Arvind Akshan and Shakti Rai, they worked on this background under Nagraj's direction. And that's how all the 6 months we had six different themes, six different backdrops and costumes. So those 6 months were really a memorable day for us. Days
What
where everybody
plans
worked
that you
in
hold
days.
together? What are the future plans that you think Sai Arts International holds, or together as a couple or as a team of father, mother, and daughter? Would you what are the future plans that you dream of, or rather you would want to do?
No, we have, we plan out in such a way, Suparna trains them to an extent where the team, whoever is there, wants to take dance as a profession, and one level below, even amateur. And these professionals, we see them, they get graduated, they do their bachelor degrees, diplomas, master degrees, and some of them are doing their PhDs. And also we want to promote them at the national, international level. So this is one aspect what she has been doing, continuously pushing her students at all the dance institutions. It's not that our students perform only for us, they perform for everybody.
Yeah,
They
that is
perform
one
for
thing. It's a commendable thing to let your students explore the work, working with different dancers, because I see so many of students have worked with several dancers to create benchmark productions, with them. So it is a big heart that takes to let go of your students and say go back. And those students always say, I'm student of Dr. Suparna Venkatesh, and I belong to this institution. They also remember, and that takes a big heart to accept or let go your students, explore the world, and still they are yours. I should definitely be, how broad-minded you are. That is something worthwhile or something to be congratulated on.
This is the way it goes. It has to go like that. Because if my student is today working with great dancer Malavika Sarukai, we are so proud. They are working with Anita Guha. They're traveling, whole of America, USA, UK, and all those places. Europe.
They come back with their own experiences.
Yeah, they come back with their
share.
own experience.
I always tell them, this is what I could learn and this is what I could give you. There is so much more in the world that you can explore. I am not the ultimate. Please go and learn. Come back and tell me what you have learned. Teach me what you have learned. And let me also learn. My thoughts and my ideas will also expand along with your experiences. Yeah. My wings will spread wider when you go and perform, when you go and learn from somebody else. So that's how they come back, they learn again from me, they go out, they learn from them, they attend different workshops, and they go and perform in different productions.
This is what we learned with our great guru, Dr. Maya Rao. This is what she taught us.
Now, I would want to have a credit of making both of you dance.
Oh, no.
I want to see, not just me, I'm sure the entire world wants to see both Sai Venkatesh and Dr. Suparna Venkatesh dance together. So what are you doing it to us?
I will do camera work, she will dance.
We want both of you probably, small line together.
I have never done dancing for a long time, and I only do characters.
I will help you do your arangetram. I will help you do your arangetram.
I didn't do my arangetram, nothing.
That is why I thought, I will help you do your arangetram now.
Dancing, you got married.
You are a great dancer. Your wife is a great dancer. We are not only Suparna.
No, because you studied dance, probably you sing and she dances, or she sings, and one line for a lighter note. It will be so nice to watch.
Ours is a technical support, and of course, Shweta does a lot of things. Shweta does a lot of dancing now.
That we have seen, that we know. But then seeing Saiji dance is the big thing.
Hello? Yeah?
Sorry.
You're saying something?
I said Sai Ji dancing is a big thing for our audience.
No, 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 no. Don't take it like that.
Viewers, I've made, see, Sai Ji is dancing. I've kept my promise. And this is Arangetram officially announcing it.
Not Arang.
Okay. As a parting note, what do you want to say for the youngsters who would want to take this up professionally and who would want to make a mark?
We should-
I would want both of you to comment on that and give your tips on that.
No, everybody should promote our art and culture. Some people think they don't have a future in this. They have a fantastic future there. Because the government has made a lot of schemes now. The
Education
state
pattern.
government and the central government has made a lot of schemes which we have to take it up. And even the education syllabus and the pattern what Modi ji has done now, it is going to be implemented probably next year, I think so. You can take one major subject and take music and dance as other subject in the degree from the high school itself. This is a fantastic promotion from the government side. It's like, ask not what the country has done to you, ask yourself what you have done for the country. Each one of us has to see, everybody can become a doctor, engineer, or an IT professional. Dance is not that easy. You should have that heart for it, that passion. It only takes you with the love of it. And I have never seen any poor dancer. Every dancer has a 1 square or 2 square meal properly. And today they are enjoying their life. They have all the technical facilities. Now it's more wider to contact people, see more dancers. We have so many medias now. And we have so many colleges, institutions. Mayara Institute is there, Bachelor of Degree, some institutions are doing, Master Degree is being given, PhDs have been done. And it is going very wide, and all our students have gone abroad. All our students are working with great teams. And all our artists are being paid for what they are doing. And even some of them are running their own institutions. And Suparna sees that they establish their own institutions. All our students are planned in such a way. They run institutions, they travel, they teach. And this is one aspect I request all the dancers. So don't give up dance. At any time of your life, don't give up dance. Till your last breath, you can sit and conduct dance. You can teach dance till the last of your day. You cannot do any other art or any other profession.
Yes,
At
I
certain
agree.
age-
And this is one profession. As you grow older, you're paid high. Your achievements, everything is double. Unlike the other way around in other professions, this is one.
Yeah.
You're into acting.
All other
You're acting under it. After a point of time, you're reduced to probably the supporting characters. But whereas in dance, you can be the heroine or the hero as long as you can definitely
Yeah.
roots and people are convinced. And
any profession.
see the production
At
coming
60,
through your direction through other people.
Yeah, at 60, every profession.
On this, what do you would want to say for youngsters who would anything, any tip, any kivimatu from your side?
For the youngsters, what I say is, learn your art, respect your guru, respect your art. When you have to learn it well. The basics, the foundation, everything. Don't be in a hurry to go and perform or to teach also. My Didi used to always tell us, start teaching only after 40. Gain as much as experience as possible. See others perform, read lots of books, and Ivaga, you need not go to a performance, go out and perform on. You can see so many of them perform at a very close range in the cell phone itself. Your cell phone itself gives you so much of information. Read about not only your dance form, about other dance forms also, and your scriptures, and be a master before you start teaching. Learn music also. music is very important.
Very important,
You don't
yes.
learn Tayat here. By the time you go to second Tayat, don't start teaching. Don't produce half-baked students, please.
I would say don't produce Parthenium. That is the word I use. Don't give way to Parthenium because it will mushroom so fast that you're spreading back. So if you're prepared and you're good, then your content will be proud of the lineage that you are letting the students experience and go on.
Be well prepared before you start teaching. And once you start teaching, don't stop the process of learning. Learning should continue till your last day. You should be a student when you're a teacher also. So learn not only from your guru, you will not learn from one single guru, but till you attain a certain mastery, don't leave your teacher. Be with your teacher, and only with the permission of your teacher, then start venturing to learn many other aspects of, to improve your dance style or to improve your knowledge, to gain more knowledge. You can definitely go to others and learn their speciality. Each one is special. What you have, what speciality you have, I don't have, Bhushan. I see so many good things in your productions. I see your students, the body balance that they have. I saw your student, I don't remember her name, in Mudbidri, the dance festival that I went. I was wondering, oh my God, this girl is such a beautiful dancer.
Very good.
I saw some of your students performing in our Sai Nrityotsav.
Yeah.
I found so many good things that I could pick. I do that in every performance. I see what positive aspect does this child have, which she has imbibed it from her guru, that I can pick. I come back and tell my students, see, yesterday I saw this girl do this adavu this way, or this abhinaya, or this line of sahitya interpreted like this. Why don't we add this to our song? I mean, it may be a simple song that one simple like Bhalle Nelo Priya, in Chavali. That Bhalle Nelo, I know what you are, can be said in so many ways. I have a different idea. You have a different idea. That day I saw you doing the Javali Sundarangano Sari
Sundarangana. Okay.
Yeah. So beautifully you are using all this part of your face.
Yeah.
And yes, definitely, Bhushan. Those are things that we should learn.
Yeah.
Each person has a special quality in their teaching or in their performance or the way they behave with their students. We learned so much from our Guru Chitra Didi and Maya Didi, and from my gurus in Mangalore also. So many things we learn from others. We also learn things, what not to do also, from people around us, teachers. And at the end of the day, we want to have good students who perform and continue the dance tradition. So it can be Bhushan's tradition. Your students, you can see your attitude, your love for dance is reflected on your students. And our love and our respect for dance from our guru, it should reflect to our on our students, and that tradition should continue.
Thank you, Suparna ji. Thank you, Sai ji. It was wonderful talking to you, sharing your journey so far in this beautiful artistic world. I'm so glad and happy that both of you consented to be a part of this session. And I hope the viewers would have also enjoyed listening to such beautiful words of experience, I would say, because when we now ಹಳೆ ಬೇರು ಹೊಸ ಚಿಗುರು ಕೂಡಿದರೆ ಮರಸೊಗಸು ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವೋ, ಈ ತರದ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ, ಈ ತರದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ, ಅವರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ನ, ಅವರ ಅನುಭವದ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಕಲಿತು ಮಾಧುರ್ಯವನ್ನ ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚಕ್ಕೆ ನೀಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. ಈ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಸಾಯಿ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಜಿ ಮತ್ತು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಸುಪರ್ಣ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ನೀವು ಬಂದು ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಕೂತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಯುಸಿ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮನಸ್ಸು ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಸಮಯ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಮಗೋಸ್ಕರ, ನಮ್ಮ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಈ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ತುಂಬಾ ತುಂಬಾ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ಲೋಕ ಸಮಸ್ತ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾಳೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭೇಟಿ ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬ ಕಲಾವಿದರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.